Need to find them if they're going to make playoffs, and need to find them now, today. They really need to get a domination if they're going to set themselves up for a late playoff run. But popping back into the draft, you can see that we've already seen bans onto Kael'thas and Sylvanas and Jaina and Gul'dan. So a huge focus onto assassins with these bans, but that leaves up the Ana, the Anubarak, the ETC, the Tyrande, the Anduin, the Diablo, the Garrosh. It leaves up a lot of really strong tanks and supports. We're seeing the immediate rotation. K-Wolf going to jump onto ETC here right out of the gate. Strong pick at the moment. ETC has definitely not really gone anywhere lately.
I hear the call of the wild.
I stand ready.
And there we see Rexxar for the solo lane, and we see Valla going to get grabbed here. Rexxar good on the solo lane in this map because of his ability to stay on the point and contest it. Valla going to be very strong into the 4-man. This is the first Braxis game I've casted this season, so looking forward to that. And taking a look, Valla definitely coming back ever since she got that HP buff. They're doing quite strong. And we do see Valla only at a 41% win rate, but climbing in popularity, climbing in win rate as well. Lucio going to be played by Brogine, and we're going to get Ragnaros to try to contest that Rexxar pick. Lava Wave, very good tool, as is Ragnaros' Molten Core, to kind of disarm a Zerg wave. Quick ban onto Zul'jin, so trying to control the 4-man auto attack damage setup. Now we could see Ragnaros not be the solo laner. That is possible. I'd say he probably is, but you could maybe see something switch and they bring Ragnaros into the bottom to stack Meatball build. Very, very possible that that's the play. Turning my microphone volume up just a touch. There we go. That is ideal, I believe.
Ana checking in.
We have a Mephisto Ana. So the Ana is definitely going to be dropping some big nano boosts onto Munkus, and Munkus will be able to do a lot of damage. Mephisto, generally in practice, I find, great at lowering the enemy HP. Can be a bit countered by Lucio because of his AoE healing and because of the sound barrier to take out the ultimate out of play. But last two picks, we're going to get Lunara, and then we're going to get Azmodan. So it is going to be Ragnaros in that top lane. Lunara and Azmodan. So Azmodan, because he can go the stacking quest where he attacks enemy heroes, he can stack reasonably quick in the 4-man. Interesting draft by both teams. And then the late Diablo pick to be the main tank in the bottom. And really, with as many tanks as we're up, I kind of like the decision to hold that pick. I'm a bit worried about the solo frontliners in both lanes. It's going to come down to, I think, who can really burn the tank and make them retreat sooner. So we're going to see that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of... anytime I move, I'm playing with the sound. But we're going to jump into this match. But before we do, just one more look at the map picks. We saw bans onto Alterac, BOE, Infernal Shrines, and Tomb. So we're going to get to potentially see some maps we don't see as often here, and we're going to start, obviously, with Brax's Holdout, which was the map picked by Beast Coast. So we get set up into the game here. On the face of it, I mean, Beast Coast, certainly, when you look at where they're at in the standings, Beast Coast favored in this game, but Beast Coast really kind of in need of a win. They're out to a very strong start early. They've kind of fallen down the standings a bit of late, so a win here pushes them back up towards that top 4. Meanwhile, Winston, Churchhill, Manatees just needs a win just to be able to start getting themselves into position to make a run at the playoffs. But, we are having a little bit of a slow load. We're getting there.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
But here we are moving into game number 1. And on the left side, it is going to be Winston, Churchhill, Manatees. we're going to have K-Wolf on ETC, Brogine on the Lucio, Cheeky's TV on Asmodan, Woj going to be on Ragnaros, and Cam I Am going to be on the Lunara. And down here in the bottom, for Beast Coast, we're going to have Saris on Ana, Gingy Boy going to be on Diablo, Mega Muffin going to be on the Vala, and Munkus is going to be on the Mephisto, and up in the top, it's RGB Fox going to be on Rexar. So as we tend to do on this map, we're going to focus most of our attention towards this bottom lane. And already seeing some sprays come out. You gotta love it. You gotta respect it. No one really committing. Level 1 talent. Taking a look. You can see, oops, we have the wrong layout up, everyone, so I apologize. I won't be able to fix that right now, so we're just going to have to suffer through it during this game. Apologies there. They just put out a new patch for Aliobs, and I forgot to change the settings. So, with that, ooh, good charge, aggressive onto K-Wolf, Mephisto burrowing, and trying to get some damage. ETC power slides back in, looking for the re-engage on a Mega Muffin, but he is going to go down, and that is Beast Coast getting first blood in this game. Objective not up yet, so they're not going to be able to immediately transition that into an objective, but do they go for maybe an early camp here, or do they just try to push up and get some wall damage? Both strategies really viable here. And I will pull up the talents, though admittedly it is a bit weird looking. Ana gonna still go with that W build, despite all the nerfs to it, still the way to go. Ragnar's going with a Q build up in this top. But ETC right now on the point for Winston, Churchhill, Manatees. Gonna get pushed off here by Diablo, but it looks like Engage might come onto Diablo. The Mephisto blinked up, got some damage onto the back line of Winston, Churchill, Manatees. Beast Coast gonna secure bottom. No one yet securing the top point. ETC getting separated out from the team. Gonna be able to power slide on through. Mephisto stepping up, getting some damage out, but still no real menace yet. Just keeping the HP bars low. Rexar, meanwhile, has gained control of this top point, and Ragnar's quite low. Gonna have to walk away, so this will be some pretty significant channel progress over to the side of Beast Coast now. Already up to 50% and counting here. Ooh, but Mega Muffin very low. Gonna die to poison damage, or is he? The dunk comes in. No, Saris with the fantastic heals, and Mega Muffin staying long enough, knowing, hey, I need to get the trade, but then relying on Saris' accuracy. And with a moving target, Vala's hitbox is small. That's actually a great skill shot to hit there. So Saris playing this very well. Brogine trying to buy some time to stall this channel, but it looks like it's going to come through as Ragnar is currently just sitting up top, having to hearth at low HP. So this is going to be a 100-0 wave, well, effectively, in favor of Beast Coast as we see rotations heading up towards that top lane. We'll see Rexar and Ragnaros. Actually, Ragnaros heading top to help defend. It's going to be Asmodan staying bottom in mid. But, big power slide, hits 4. Mephisto manages to blink away. Now trying to separate out K-Wolf. Here comes the Molten Core now, trying to turn around some damage of their own. K-Wolf, though, very low. Mephisto going in quite aggressively. The stun does manage to hit Mega Muffin, followed up by a power slide, but there really wasn't the damage there. KMIM kind of not in a position to follow up on the team, and then Woj, as soon as he comes out of the Mountain Core, is in a lot of trouble. Gigaboy going to enable Mega Muffin to step up and get that kill, and Beast Coast is on a tear at the moment. They look like they're going to be able to take this fort, and I don't see them being stopped. Mega Muffin just being very aggressive, looking for every chance to get a kill. And down goes the first fort of the game. Already a level lead. And with the new retooled Brex's holdout, that was a very, very fast objective that Beast Coast got. And still pushing down with it. Mephisto going to help siege up these keep structures. And right now at this point, I mean, this is almost just straight bullying on the side of Beast Coast. They're pushing in. They still have Corruptors. They've already taken part of the keep wall. They're going to go for another turret, are they? Mega Muffin's staying there, trying to get the gate down. They have minions, so they should be able to get this. And I will remove that because I know it's covering up half the screen. But level 7's now coming in. Both teams. Actually, no, not for both teams. Beast Coast has their level 7s. Now starting to retreat. And having gotten keep wall top, I think they'll be content to do just that.
I don't mean any offense.
Meanwhile, down here in the bot, we do see Ragnaros and Rexar, but Ragnaros once again just having trouble kind of stepping up into lane, getting the soaks. Taking a look at the stacks, we can see that only 7 stacks right now for Ragnaros, but looks like a fight over this bruiser camp. Gameboy on it, actually flipping ETC onto the point. Maybe a little bit of a misplay there, but Brogine now having to rotate away. No, Mega Muffin on the chase, gonna take out with a multi-shot. Now K-Wolf trying to get away. K-Wolf is gonna go down. And this potential maybe to take a keep as Lucio and ETC are down. They're gonna push up this lane. Lucio will be back soon. Ragnaros trying to get onto this, engage directly onto Rexar at the moment, but needs to be careful. Meanwhile, though, this is the first keep of the game going down at 5.5 minutes, so a very, very strong start. And again, once again, I apologize for the overlay. I had the wrong interface set up. And are we seeing a push straight onto core? It's a very aggressive play. I think they're going to retreat. Mephisto, though, needs to be careful. Could get power split on. Nope, didn't happen. Lowe's just trying to clear the lane, but just completely unable to step up to get those Q stacks. And now we're seeing a steal onto the left side siege camp. Possible invade coming in, though. We're paying attention to that. But doesn't look like they're going to be able to commit in time. And level 10's almost here, just a tick away. Ooh, Diablo goes ham, actually goes over the wall. That's a feels bad man when that happens. Mephisto blowing his ult, but it's not going to be enough. That's the first kill over to the side of Winston, Churchhill, Manatees. Beast Coast just getting a little bit unlucky there, honestly. I tried to go for the stun onto Rag on this wall. He clipped through the gate, and that's all she wrote for Diablo. And that's actually a big death, because Diablo's back up. The reason is he just lost souls. And so that will definitely hurt Beast Coast. Give a small chance over the side of Winston, Churchill, Manatees, but they are so far down on Soak. And there's the stun on the Ragnaros with the Rain of Vengeance. That's going to secure the kill. They're just nowhere close level 10. They're down 2 levels here. And Winston, Churchill, Manatees just very much on the back foot at the moment. Rexar getting the channel completed, now moving into the camp, while the rest of his team pushes up here in the bot lane. Looking at the level 10s, we had the APOC, we had the, whatever the, Consume Souls, excuse me, the global damage ult from Mephisto, Nano Boost, Rain of Vengeance, and Unleash the Boars. And Nano Boost, Consume Souls is, let's just call it unfortunate to deal with. It is pretty unpleasant, all things considered. But already just pushing up, even before the wave gets here, they have the fort down, they have most of the keep wall down. And so this is, right now, 4-man defense. Rag is in the top, but I expect Rag to rotate down to help defend. He drops the lava wave. That's at least going to make Beast Coast back off for the time being. They are a little bit split, but we didn't really see an engage onto the split members at all. So now we have a 5v5 push with the Zerg wave moving straight onto this keep. Molten Core going to come in. No, the Molten Core gets interrupted, and that's devastating for Winston, Churchill, Manatees. As without that Molten Core down, this keep is going to drop and drop fast. And now Woj is going to have a hard time even stepping up to get to that structure. Lunara is going to get taken out by the Consume Souls. Chase onto Azmodan, and Mega Muffin and Ginga Boy have just been on each other's side this entire game as they move on. And this is going to be a pretty quick 9-minute win. Woj going down again, 9-1 kills. The only kill really that Winston, Churchill, Manatees got was just what we saw where Diablo kind of clipped through the wall. So Winston, Churchill, Manatees going to have to regroup, come back stronger in game 2, because that was a pretty dominant game 1. So we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back as we get set up for game number 2. Stay tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. This is Gaming Series. I'm your host, DB Smiley here, bringing you Winston Churchill Manatees versus Beast Coast. Oops. We need to update the scores here. Apologies for that. Forgot to check a box. There we go, and I got my overlays fixed, so we'll be good heading into this game as we see Beast Coast up 1-0, and a very dominant 1-0 in this series. Going back to that Jaina ban. Kael'thas ban as well, so nothing really new under the sun here. Do we get the Gul'dan ban again? Question mark. They're going to ban out ETC, try to force K-Wolf onto another hero. ETC is interesting because, like, he's one of those heroes that, even when you're losing, he can get you back into the game with one really big play. And so, I guess their thought process is, let's just not give him that opportunity, because this is a map that can snowball pretty hard if you have some late deaths. Rexar banned out, not wanting to deal with that. We see immediate pick, Sylvanas. Sylvanas, of course, being very, very prevalent in the current meta as that single target assassin hero. Seeing a jump there onto it, and you know, I mean, we've seen a bit of play, I believe, from Monkus on that hero. Taking a look here. Oops.
Make way for the bad guy.
Taking a look now. Monkus 4-1 on the hero. Pretty good KDA as well. Sitting at about a 7 KDA, but Anubarak and Zul'jin gonna be the first two picks. Going back to something they're a bit more comfortable with. But man, we are moving through this draft at a clip. Picks coming very quickly. We do see that Diablo ban, not wanting to deal with that again. Meanwhile, on the other side, Fox gonna jump into Malthael. And this is interesting. We are seeing pretty high priority placed on getting Fox onto a solo laner early. Varus, meanwhile, grabbing Tyrande, who is, I think, better than Ana on this map, just because Tyrande deals better with getting flanked, and there are a ton of flanking angles on the fights. Ana does better when you kind of do corridor fighting, when she can reliably hit multiple people with the same healing dart. But Lucio, going to be played by Brogine, jumping onto healer once again. Woj, going to get onto Dahaka this time. That is a questionable choice. Dahaka is very, very hard countered by Malthael. Malthael can just freeze the lane and completely deny Dahaka soak. So that is a questionable choice. I certainly get the value of global on this map, but in the solo lane, Dahaka will lose hard unless they get a second solo laner here. Maybe something that can range solo lane, something like Phoenix. They're gonna get Lunara. Meanwhile, though, we have a Garrosh. We haven't really seen a lot of Garrosh, but man, that draft went pretty quick, all things considered. I'm still trying to get everything entered in here, but the Dahaka pick into the Malthael concerns me a lot. Further, you have the Cassia to kind of shut down Zul'jin a little bit. We'll see how this works. I think both teams have decent drafts. Again, the solo lane matchup notwithstanding. Obviously, Beast Coast right now, they're the favorite in this game just because they've earned that. But we'll see how they do. But real quick, just taking a look at Fox's role in this solo lane. You know, a lot's going to be on how well he can kind of take advantage of the favorable matchup, and he played quite well onto the Rexar in the last game, so we'll definitely keep an eye on RGB Fox heading into this next match. But the Garrosh is interesting. I haven't really seen a lot of Garrosh this season. I think it's just because there's so much mobility from warriors at the moment right now that unless you pair Garrosh with something like Lucio, you can have a hard time engaging. Could see Tyrande move into the movement speed talent at 13 on the heal. But with that, we're going to hopefully hop in the game soon. Here we go, everyone.
I would prepare for your ceaseless battle. If you
And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and introduce both teams on the left side. It's going to be K-Wolf playing Anubarak. We're going to have excuse me, Woj going to be on Dahaka. We're going to have Brogine on Lucio. Cheeky's TV going to be on Lunara, and KMIM on Zul'jin. And on the right, going to be Gingy Boy on Garrosh. We're going to have Saris on Tyrande. We're going to have RGB Fox on Malthael, Mega Muffin on Cassia, and finally Munkus on Sylvanas. As we see an immediate movement towards bottom lane here. Taking a look at how this goes. Possible commit to top lane up here as well. But meanwhile, Siege coming into bot lane with this Sylvanas. You have Garrosh in a good position to dismount. So we'll keep an eye on that. Level 1 talents, going with the hippity hop onto Lunara, trying to get just some additional movement speed. Anub'arak trying to look for the engage, but this is a 3v4 engage. Anub'arak going in quite hard. Now K-Wolf very low. The Fend almost going to secure the kill, but the Lightning Spear does in fact secure the kill. So Anub'arak going in there. Zul'jin was in the mid lane soaking. Dahaka is getting some good value top. Malthael, though, going to start rotating up. Malthael did go with on a pair horse, so he can do that double soak while we see really just Beast Coast do what they love to do, and that's push in a lane and get some immediate structural value here. But now, the wall is down. Looks like Anub'arak and Zul'jin both on the flank. Zul'jin needs to be careful. Could get very separated from the team, but stepping up now in the gang bot. There comes the Fend? No. Fend hasn't come down yet. Monk is very low. Managed to get out. Alun's Chosen also going to keep Garrosh nice and healthy. Full retreat coming in. Mega Muffin is slow. Gangbot recognizing that. Doing a great job interceding. Anub'arak goes in for Mega Muffin, but gets turned around and with the tower shots. And Tyrande going to go down. And that's 2 kills already this side of Beast Coast. And that said, though, they just lost a little soak mid as well. Malthael doing a really good job with this double soak. Fox really helping his team out. Now we're seeing a push into the Siege Giants. Garrosh in a good zoning position. Lunara just helping to... Or excuse me, not Lunara. Tyrande helping to burn just however she can. They managed to grab the Siege Giants. Now we'll presumably back up. Turn their attention back to pushing this bot lane out. Malthael, though, just continuing to rotate with that on a pale horse. Well, technically he's more on a pale cloud, isn't he? But meanwhile, down here in the bot, Brogine separated out from the team with a Garrosh throw, and down he goes. And that's the 3rd kill now for Beast Coast, as they're just pushing in. Already a level lead, 2.5 minutes here into the game. And Beast Coast does not look like they're going to be denied. Meanwhile, though, Malthael just continuing to soak. Dahaka doing a decent job as well. Taking a look at those talents. Dahaka did go with the movement speed, so he'll be able to actually match with double soak, provided that he doesn't get into kind of a standoff with Malthael. He will lose that standoff. But meanwhile, we're seeing, you know, just a very aggressive push now onto bottom, and it looks like they want to go for keep wall on the side of Beast Coast. We are seeing the rotation now coming down by Winston Churchill Manatees, but already down almost a level and a half in soak here. Zul'jin and Dahaka looking like they might move on to the points. Malthael still double soaking, but now they have to defend this keep, and there's a catapult and a siege giant, and this could be a keep wall very early in the game. First turret going to go down at about the 3.5 minute mark with this Sylvanas. Zul'jin now coming in to help with the defense, getting some good damage out. Brogine, though, getting separated by the enemy team. Lunar Flare comes in, collects him, and Lucio is going to go down. Good comboing there, but a terrific Lunar Flare there by Saris. And now things just starting to look pretty grim for Winston Churchill Manatees. Almost a 2-level deficit at the moment. Malthael just still going that much faster. Mega Muffin sells out for the Fend, manages to kill Lunar, and then Anub'arak gets turned around on when Anub'arak engages, trying to get that vulnerable Cassia, and that's going to enable for this push to continue even further for the time being. Lunara and Anub'arak in the penalty box for another 5 seconds before they can join this. Already to keep down to about half health, and we're just seeing just a hard commit to this bot lane, all while Malthael still soaking, and doing a smart decision here, soaking to try to get his team that XP lead, try to push level 10 so they can try to do a boss, and try to end the game as they get to keep. Anub'arak looking for the re-engage. The value is here, but they don't have level 7s. Anub'arak is going to go down. The Alun's Chosen just doing everything to keep Garrosh up. Oh my goodness, and that was turnaround 3 kills. Absolutely amazing healing there by Saris to enable the re-engage. Are we seeing a push on the core? The death timers are too short, I think. Monk is going to be cheeky, but Looks like K-Wolf, a little bit, some frustration coming out there, understandably so. As down now 3 levels here, 5 minutes into the game. Looks like they want to try to get level 10 before they go for boss and maybe try to end there. Possible engage on the Malthael at the moment. But Beast Coast playing very well. Boss gonna get grabbed here with the level 10s. You got the Wailing Arrow, Warlord's Challenge, Starfall, Valkyrie. Is that the choice? Yeah, I believe that is Valkyrie, correct. And Malthael still not picking a level 10. And now it's the Tormented Souls coming out. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Wailing Arrow, trying to look for the engage. There's the Valkyrie, on the Zul'jin. Anubrak gonna go down here. Cam-I-Am goes down, Cheeky's gonna go down, and Beast Coast walks onto core with this full health boss. They are gonna end this, and a really dominant showing here. They're gonna get the domination victory. And that's gonna be it. So, with that, Winston Churchhill Manatees is gonna drop another one. Beast Coast gonna get the domination victory. It's gonna help them out. Should move them up to tie for 4th place in the standings with Minion Miners. Division B East, very, very competitive, but unfortunately, it just Winston Churchill Manatees just they're struggling to find those wins. But with that, we're gonna see if we can do a brief post-game interview. So we'll be right back, everyone. Stay tuned for that. See you in just a second. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nexus Gaming Series. DD Smiley here, and I'm joined by the captain of the victorious Beast Coast. Guys, how you feeling after that match?
We're feeling pretty good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was, right now, I mean, B East is just exceptionally competitive, to the point that, like, I look at the teams, the top teams in the division right now, and just knowing that, you know, like, all these teams are going to be potentially in playoffs, you know, it makes the B East playoffs very exciting to kind of prepare for and get ready to watch. And you guys try to position yourself seeding-wise right now, so how are you feeling for kind of your late-season prospects?
Well, we have 2 games coming up this week against Jailbait and Hodis. They're 2 of the best teams in the division. I think they might be right now number 1 and number 2. I can't really look at the rankings.
And, they are. Hodis, 19 points, Jailbait, 18. Again, assuming standings are up to date and everything, yeah.
This game was rather late in the week for us, and so we're having to play all these back-to-back. And I've been telling my guys, you know, we have to do really well this week. These are a lot of really good teams that we're going to be going up against. We need to show people that we're as good as we think we are. And that's just our goal this week, to play as good as we can and to have
play as well as you can.
possible.
Yes.
Play as well as we can.
Yes.
Superman does good. I did well. Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a mother who did that to me every day for my childhood. Form of grammatical abuse, but so with that,
anytime someone says I couldn't care less, I said how much less could you care?
Yeah, but I'm actually really looking forward to your match with Jailbait. I think I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Oh, it should be exciting. They've only lost 2 games this entire season. Like,
yeah. Well,
that's it.
I actually already signed up to cast it. Was the joke?
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to casting. I believe it's Tuesday or Thursday. I can't remember. Those are the 2 days I signed up this week.
Is on Monday, actually.
Monday. On Monday? Oh, that's right. I was going to sign up and then I couldn't. Sorry, I'm actually not casting it, but I will try to watch it. But with that, maybe it was Hodis. I can't remember.
Hodis is Wednesday.
Okay. I'm getting it all confused in my head. Forgive me there. But a pretty dominant series for you guys. I guess kind of keeping this a bit on the shorter side. What do you think stands out to you in that series as to where, if you were playing the other team, where would you try to look at ways to improve, I guess, and not just from a standpoint of where you think that they could maybe build from this?
Just scouting. That's always a really important part of our preparation process.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of scouting. We do put a lot of effort into like how we're going to approach the games, what maps we get, and such. So yeah, that's just scouting. It's very important.
All right. Well, with that, floor's yours for shoutouts.
Shoutouts to my team, Gingy, Saris, Mega Muffin, our new offlaner, Fox. We'd like to welcome him to the team, and I think we did a pretty good job of welcoming him in. Cavalot Rest and Super Goat and Secret are 3 subs.
Yeah.
And our sister team on the West Coast, Arrogant Nephilim. And I'll go ahead and give a shout out to Jailbait and Hodis because we are playing them this week, and I'm looking forward to both of those sets very much.
All right. Well, with that, everyone, thank you for coming along, Munkus. Thank you for that interview. With that, gonna take an 1.5-hour break. Be back at 4 p.m. for... Oh, forgive me. I actually lost who was playing then. I have a match here at 4 p.m. So that is going to be... I have it in front of me. House of Chez versus Zul'jin Distillery. So that's going to be a pretty big Division D East map. Zul'jin Distillery looking like they've kind of been wanting to run away from the rest of the division, but House of Chez having a very good season. So come back here at 4 p.m. I'm actually going to kill the stream. I'm not going to leave it on an idle screen for an 1.5 hours. So I will see everyone then. Thank you all for watching.